I don't have a drinking problem. See, I swallowed that perfectly fine. What I do have is a problem of getting obsessed with things and spending my hard-earned money on them. And that's, my friends, is a segue to say I have 4th edition Dungeons and Dragons. Now, I used to have misgivings about this edition. Like, it was too video gamey and all that. And then I listened to a positive video about it after buying it and it arriving. I got this mostly just for the meme. And then I listened to a very, actually, positive review of it that explained it. And it finally clicked. 4th edition is just an MMO. And what's worse is that realization has now made me a little more positively interested in the edition. So, I've printed off a character sheet, and once again, I'm going to be making my beloved character, Yip Yap Notail. For anyone wondering where last Saturday's episode of Tomes of Time, the spooky game, is, I literally can't put it out any faster. I am sorry. So here's a little holdover until I can get the shenanigans to you. Alright, now to quickly jot down his stats. I mean, you don't need to watch me do every single bit of it. You may recall from last time that comes out to being 11, 15, 12, a poor old 6, and a 10, and an 11. Now, my dearest Yipper of Yaps does actually have 4th edition did have a book where it actually allowed you to make a kobold player character. I believe it's called Into the Unknown, but I don't have that, so I'm gonna find a PDF. Hopefully. Okay. Yip Yap is actually at the max of the average height given as a racial trait. 2.5 feet. From 4 to 5, they went way up in height. What? Which, yeah, I am using the D&D wiki because I gave up on trying to find the PDF. That I did look up the wrong edition before giving up, but to as human. This is the thing I love about 4th edition is it would have these like little it's so informative. It's just so informative to help you make your decisions. And it's just like, play a kobold if you want to be short, to be a reptilian humanoid, to be cowardly, to have sadistic tendencies, to be a member of a race that favors shaman, rogue, and sorcerer classes. Is there a better description of Yip Yap Notail? I'll wait. I gain the ability Shifty, which is what's called an at-will action. It's a minor action. I can shift 1 square. I can only use it once per round. So I can just, and he waddled away, waddle, waddle. Well, that's all I needed that for. They also have the wrong image here for the kobold. They have the 5th edition image. And this is 4th edition. Also, I don't know why this needs to be in the homebrew section, because it was actually from an official thing. Worried Stephen will now cross-reference. I cast Cure Surface Level Wound. Of the emotional variety. Anyways, drink responsibly. 4 minutes in, and I have the racial stats down. Cool. How long did it take me in 3rd edition? I may at some point actually buy this book. I don't know. I'm low-key, like... I don't know. Let's be honest. I'm high-key about this, not low-key. wiki lied. The wiki lied. Everything's different. I'm actually a foot shorter than I should be. Well, Yip Yap is. I can only move 6 squares, which is still a lot. I'll just leave it at the squares. I do have Dark Vision. I do have Draconic. I do have a +2 to Dungeoneering, not to Perception. I don't have Shift. I have Shifty Maneuver, which is not an at-will thing. It's a encounter action. Encounter power. Okay, a flaw of game design. These boxes are utterly too small to actually write down what your abilities are. Which is it's a constant problem, actually, with Wizards' design schemes, is that boxes versus the amount of info you need to put in the relative boxes, it just does not compute. So now that I've satiated that horrible beast of hunger, we may return. So an interesting thing about 4th edition is they took what they were doing toward the end of 3rd edition, or whenever epic level came out for 3rd edition. They took that and they smushed it into the main game. So this 4th edition actually goes to level 30. And with that, there's different things. So there's like the idea of Paragon, and then there's Epic. After 20 levels of adventure, what trials could be left to challenge you? You've conquered countless foes and become a hero to common folk everywhere. So, epic level is actually that level 22. So I have the options, of course, for Paragon, however, for my heroic, even though Yip Yap's not really, he's more of an anti-hero. As a rogue, there's Cat Burglar, Dagger Master, Master Infiltrator, and Shadow Assassin. I'll have to look into that. But I might like that idea. Oh, that's also only at 10th level, which we're not at yet. So we will be turning to the Rogue section. At level 1, I have 13 health, as it's just a flat rate of 12 plus my Constitution modifier. And at each level, I gain a flat rate of 5 hit points. I'm getting +5s to my Stealth and Thievery, as they are my trained skills. Whoa! I can also choose 4 more trained skills at 1st level from a list, which I will do. So I also have Athletics, Bluff, Insight, and Perception. As a class feature, I gain First Strike, which is it the same as some Fury of the Small, I think, where it's like if I'm attacking someone who hasn't gone yet in combat, I have advantage against them. There's an option called Rogue Tactics, where I can choose either Artful Dodger, which allows me to add my Charisma mod to my AC, against opportunity attacks, or Brutal Scoundrel, which gives me a bonus to sneak, to sneak attack damage equal to my strength modifier. Actually, there would be no point in me taking those, because Yip Yap has a 0 modifier in both of those stats. As a rogue, I just have a weapon talent that says Shuriken weapon damage increases by 1 size. For dagger, attack rolls have a +1 bonus, which, if you know Yip Yap, he's all about the dagger. Sneak attack is very generous. If I have advantage on an attack roll once per round, I can add 2d6. Did I already say 2d6? Did I just redundant size myself? I hope I didn't. That'd be very redundant. Now, this is where 4th edition is pretty much an MMO. If you've played Star Wars the Old Republic. If you've played, I mean, I'm pretty sure World of Warcraft is like this. You have just those basic, like, you have your hotbar of powers that are based on your level and whatnot, and your class and all that. This has that. It doesn't say that I can only pick, like, a limited number of each. It just gives me, like, a flat 4 or so for, like, the different levels. So, I guess I'll just have to start writing. This really doesn't match the box. These boxes are too small. I just love the flavor text in here. Like, a final lunge brings you into an advantageous position. The flavor text for Deft Strike. Alright, realizing the way that this works is you get different, obviously different per level of the at-will, per encounter, per day abilities. So I only took 3 for each category of first level. So, but of course, everybody keeping up with Miro knows that Yip Yap is level 3. So, let's make him, in 4th edition, level 2, and then we'll make him level 3. To note, starting off, I set all of his stats as per his bonuses and whatnot for 3rd level, because he's going to be ending at 3rd level. I think that's based on total level, because he's going to have to multiclass for magic. Why? Alright, for level 2, I'm going to nab his utility exploit of fleeting ghost. Wait. So, well, it's confusing how they have this listed. See, they have what's called utility exploits, but they all fall into the other categories of either being like at will or per encounter. I should also nab my level 3 stuff while I'm at it, which is all just combat oriented. It's all just combat oriented. Which one am I gonna grab? Just realized I don't get level 3 rogue abilities because I'm gonna be going into wizard. Now I need to figure out how multiclassing works in 4th edition. I can't legally multiclass into wizard, but we're gonna say I can. I don't actually know how feats work in 4th edition. Oh, there we go. How feats work. Also, for my 1st level feat, I'm taking Point Blank Shot, which gives me the ability of having to turn the page back. Ranged attack of a foe within 5 squares of me. My attack ignores cover and concealment, including superior cover, but not total concealment. Never mind, I'm actually taking Lightning Reflexes, which gives me a +2 bonus to my reflex defense. I also get a 3rd feat, because passing level 2, you get a feat every even numbered level. So Yip Yap is taking Backstabber, which changes that whole sneak attack damage earlier from a d6 to a d8. 2d8 if I have advantage on an opponent. This version of Yip Yap has an AC of 13 from his +2 leather armor. Hopefully getting... Oh, did they not have studded leather in this version? That's fair. It wasn't an actual thing in history. Oh, he does have a shield now. So correction, he has a 14 AC. Okay, that's awesome. It's a lot of number crunching. You can make characters pretty quick until you get to the weapons and stuff, and then it's very crunchy for figuring stuff out. But I have a +5 to each of my weapon attacks. I'm not taking 2 daggers because I need a special ability to use 2 daggers. So, I guess this is Yip Yap before he found a 2nd dagger. What are your theories? What was Yip Yap up to? I mean, clearly only half the fun with only Stibby and not Stabby. His health now at 3rd level. Wait, no, I need to calculate Wizard, actually. His health at 2nd level becomes 18, with a +5 on top of that 13. So never mind, I guess I am still a rogue level 3, I just have a feat that gives me some stuff from the wizard class. Multiclassing is very weird in 4th edition, and the rules are not written very clearly. So Yip has 23 health. So basically, as a arcane initiate, I can have 1 wizard at will, or cantrip, in order to cast it as a once per encounter. In other words, I have 1 spell slot, basically. 1 spell slot and 1 spell. It's great. Which, of course, we are choosing Magic Missile. We're not going to go with Yip Yap's Magic Missile, because I have no clue how to comport that into this edition, because things are just a little bit different here. So I'm just not even going to try, and Yip Yap's going to actually have Magic Missile. Session and campaign notes. Wizards, what were you thinking? I suppose the only thing left to do is a character portrait. And like I did with the picture for 3rd edition, I am going to turn to kobolds in the monster manual. Kobold! Kobold! As you can see, like we did last time, I tried drawing Yip Yap more stylistically in the edition's respective art style. So after spending pretty much my entire afternoon on creating a character sheet, what do I think of 4th edition character creation? It's actually, I think, the most streamlined of all of the editions, because it's a very streamlined game. I think, however, the instructions could be explained better. I had to cross-reference several sections for several things that seemed fairly related. The one good thing about, that's one thing really good about 3rd and especially 5th edition, is everything you need to build just a straightforward 1 class character is in their class section. I didn't, I had to run to the page that just explained what the character sheet layout is, to know how to add up, or what numbers crunch into these ability scores. Which, by the way, his reflex save is 18. His will save is the worst at 12. So, yeah. What comes next? Well, of course, we must have an encounter, which means I get to get out my dice. Now, I learned from last time, Yip Yap in the scenario will be a party of 1. He therefore cannot go up against an encounter intended for a level 3 party. So I will create a small encounter that looks like it should be balanced for level 1. Yip Yap. You find yourself once again at the door to the next room of the dungeon of Grick Grack, the Tacky Tech Gremlin Lich, who is now starting to steal my ability to speak.
I break the door down.
It's locked. Roll me a thievery check to pick the lock. This should be easy. I have a +10 in thievery. A 5. A 15. The door opens as the DC, reasonably for this encounter to go anywhere, was 10. However, Yip Yap, inside, you find my D8 before I do. You find 5 kobolds.
Oh no, brothers!
They stare at you confused. Kobold?
Oh no, not friendly kobolds. Ooh.
Roll for initiative. Now, let's see. Yeah, I'm not pausing. Yip Yap has an initiative of +3. Yip Yap has... Yip Yap rolled a 17. That's a 20. Okay, words. Yip Yap is up against 5 minion kobolds and 1 kobold skirmisher. A minion goes first and attacks. His weapon lodges right into the back of his friend, of which I must now decide which one gets hurt. Wait a second, this happened last time. What? Whoa, deja vu, we have been in this place before. Alright, the next kobold who should have gone is now dead. Yes, we are doing this theatre of the mind, even though that's not at all how they expected 4th edition to be played. Now it is Yip Yap's turn. Yip Yap will fire magic missile at the skirmisher. The attack, he must roll his intelligence versus the reflex save of the skirmisher. The reflex save of the skirmisher is 14, so he must roll above a 14 with his crummy intelligence score of a -2. He misses. He just expended his... Okay. That was his... Actually, that was... Yeah, that was his encounter of that one. Wait, I need to check real quick how the action economy of combat goes. Okay, he used his action for this turn. We'll be moving on, then, to the next minion, who will also attack Yip Yap. And miss. The skirmisher will attack and miss. The other minion will attack and miss. The last minion will hit with a 16. Now he was using javelin, which had a +5. He's using melee. It does a flat rate damage of 4. So Yip Yap sustains 4 damage. Back to the top of the order. That minion is also going to hit. It's going to be another flat 4 damage to Yip Yap for 8 total damage.
Ouch! This is really getting to hurt now.
In fact, Yip Yap is so perturbed he's going to retaliate. With a 10, their AC is higher than that, much higher than that. He misses with his attempt of the daggering. The next minion will attack. Miss. Did they crit? Did monsters crit? Because that was a natural 20. I think they crit. So Yip Yap has just taken 8 damage. On top of already 8 damage. Yip Yap is quite hurt. The skirmisher is going to attack. The skirmisher has a +6 to attack. So that is going to hit with a 12 plus 6. It's going to be 1d8 damage. That's a 7. 16 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The riveting gameplay you were here for. Me doing basic math. Remember when I said he had 23 health? You know what I forgot? Two things. One, he's now down. Two, I completely forgot he gets to heal. On each of his turns, he has healing surges. So we're going to recalculate. We're going to give him his 2 surges. How does that work? How do the surges work? You regain 1/4 of your maximum hit points, rounded down. So now to finally calculate my healing surge value, 1/4 my HP, 23 divided by 4, what, 23 divided by 4 equals 5. So I had 2 turns, I believe, so 2 surges. So I've regained 10 hit points. So I have 13 health still. So I'm still alive, but not for long. Oops. Oh, and my current surges. -2 from 7. I'm a smart boy. Alright, after the skirmisher, this minion misses. And this minion hits with a 16. That's a flat 4 damage from 13 to 13, 17. And the final one for the go misses. The one before Yip Yap misses. Yip Yap. It's a Pesker. Yip Yap is going to go for that one right before him. Yip Yap is going to hit. Yip Yap's damage for his dagger is a d4. 4 damage. Actually, he hit a minion at all, so they're dead. Because minions have 1 health point. So that one is scratched off the board. I've had 2 deaths so far. One was for a nat 1. The other was for hitting. I don't like when it makes noises. Okay. The minion after Yip hits. Yip Yap takes another 4 damage. Yip Yap is severely hurt. Yip Yap is down to 3 health points. Oh, wait, Yip Yap used another surge on his turn. Regaining 5 hit points. So he goes from -20 to -15. Sorry, I'm learning a new system. Forgive me. I do like that this does work better, I think, for self-guided solo play. This system. I think this is more fun than 3rd edition solo play. 5th edition solo play. Okay, sorry. The skirmisher's turn. Skirmisher hits. Yip Yap is left with 1 hit point. Minion. That's a cocked die. Yip Yap goes down. Lasting, actually, a few number. I'll have to compare. We'll have to compare. You'll have to compare, audience. Did Yip Yap last more or less rounds than 3rd edition? So, in conclusion, what are my thoughts about 4th edition from my limited character building, still imbalanced playtest? Um, I my favorite is always going to be 5th edition. I'm Third edition is very inviting with the skill, how the skills work. Um, the fact that it's just a pen and paper MMO, I like 4th edition. I wouldn't I wouldn't throw away any other edition to just have 4th. Like it's not going to be the main thing I play. Tomes of Time is not becoming a 4th edition campaign. Um, but when I do the every level is a different edition level 1 to 5 game. Um, I'm not gonna be disappointed with level 4. We're gonna have a lot to keep track of, but okay, this video's gone on long enough, and hopefully ends up being short. Thank you for, though not being my captive audience, for being here. We are currently at 35% on Tomes of Time. Production will pick up now that I've closed Google. Thank you. Have that episode out to you as soon as possible. Have this one out even sooner. Have a good night, and God bless.